Hello everyone and welcome back to our bunny, hopefully the last video of our Easter bunny tutorial. So I had to redo this last one because we're having a problem with electricity turning on and off. So I apologize for that. But I'll try to do my best. I had another head that I had and I figure I'll just go ahead and do quickly to show you the difference that I did between the one we're gonna finish and and this one, and why I like what I'm going to do next. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is actually I'm cutting a piece of the batting, okay, and then I'm gonna saturate it really well with the cornstarch glue that I just made. I made some more because I ran out of yesterday. So anyway, and the reason I'm doing this, putting this over the head of the bunny, it makes it smoother. I really like the look of it. And oh, it's nice and warm. It makes me feel good in my hands. It's been so cold, and not only that, without water and then without electricity on and off, it's been horrible. Okay, so what I did is this, and while you add it, just stretch it out, because not too hard now, but see, it will stretch nicely. And then I'm just gonna put it right on the front of the bunny, right there like this. But see how nice it's going in, and then it's smoother. So now I can put it in here. And look how much nicer this looks. Well, especially after you cut all this stuff around it, okay? Let me just do that. And you wanna put plenty of that cornstarch glue over it, of course. And I'm just gonna go down like this one here, and then I'm gonna come back with this one here and try to make it even. So when I make it even, it won't show, But also you can come back here and just kind of, hold on, take some of the fibers out like this. So when you put it on, it really does come a flush better. Okay? Alrighty. And then just bring the rest of it down, and then we're gonna cut off when we don't want. I just bring it and pull it a little bit, and here it's a little bit fold. I don't want that much, so I want to come back and cut that off. Okay. There we go. It just kind of went in there like a stretch fabric. It just was awesome. Let's see, there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back. I don't have ears done, but you know how we done the ears, so I'm not gonna do them again. But I wanted to show you how much nicer, okay, this looks. It really is smoother. And then it has a little bit of the fiber kinda, and it looks more like fuzzies around it when it's dry, and I like it because it looks more like a bunny. And then here's the mouth. It's not a problem. Just come back and make sure you indent it in there. And that's it. If you have any folds, like this one here, by the chin, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it a little bit and moisture it again and just bring it in down. I didn't have anything else to hold the head, and this is pretty darn good. So I thought, hey, this one is going to my craft room. I got two. Okay, again, I'm gonna stretch it out and get some fibers in here as I'm putting it on, so that I will have a smoother look. Okay, that's what I did to the bunny on the head. And then I put the ears are about an eighth of an inch between them in the center of the head, however you want to put them, okay? But yeah, there you go. And once it's dried, like I said, it's got the kind of a nap on it, and it makes it kind of fuzzy, and it looks more to me like has more like a bunny. So anyway, I was really happy how it turned out. Let me show you now the bunny. And I'm sorry that we did not do it the whole, like I said, I had to do it again. But see the head now? Before it had more wrinkles and more, you know, stuff. This way it just makes it a little better. And he's got his pants on. It's really easy to put on, but I'm gonna show you how I did that, okay? So the next thing I'm gonna show you that I had in the other video, unfortunately, you know, was how the shoes. The shoes, how to make them. They're really, really simple. And I had this one here. It's a little smaller, but a shoe is a shoe, right? Okay, I'm gonna get another piece. This I've been wiping my brushes, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get a piece of, just a piece. Maybe not even this big. Okay, see, it's not even big deal, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is bring it on top of his foot. One of them, don't have, you know, you can do them. If you do one, it's gonna fit both sides. And see how I have them in here? Okay, you want a little bit over because you're gonna fold it in. And make sure that in the back it's going to fit right at the heel. Just right on it. So when you put it on, it will be just right on it, see? Okay. Now I'm gonna cut the shoe, the top of the shoe around into the bottom of the foot, but I'm gonna leave probably about 1/8 of an inch around, okay? Okay, there we go. All right, so that will be the one that I'm gonna bring in, you know, when I glue it on. And now I'm gonna take that off, bring it together, and basically just make sure the back is even and everything. And you can make it as tall or as short or whatever you want your shoe. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Let me put it back on him because I think I don't want to mess up. Okay, here we go. This one here. Okay, and then here. And I'm just going to cut it about here. Okay. There you go. And you got a shoe. Once you have this done, I'll just put it on him. And I'm going to do that right now, so you can see what I did. And again, use a lot of the glue. And put the shoe on. And of course you will cut too, okay? I will have eventually a tutorial about different shoes to make and, you know, things like that. But right now I just wanted to go ahead and put it on him. And here, if it's a little bit, you know, too much, then just snip it. Oh, by the way, before you put the shoe on, paint it. I paint everything, all the clothing. And the reason I did that because it's easier than try to paint it after it's on, okay? It really, trust me. Okay, here we go. So this way, by clipping it, you are gonna have a nice shoe. And if you wanna do this on him, okay, you can also go ahead and finish it out and paint it. But paint it before you put any clothes on, okay? And here's the back. And the only thing I'm gonna do is just kind of fold a little bit because I wanted to finish on the top. So I just turned it in a little bit. Now I'm gonna put it back. And I'm just doing one so you can see what I did. And if you want to put, you know, laces or something like that, then, whoops, that's too big, see? It's been stretched. I tell you, this stuff is awesome because it will stretch just like stretch fabric. You don't want to stretch it too much, but yeah, you want to stretch it. Okay, once you get it done, there you go. Okay. And for the sole of the, and I do 4 plies. Okay. So this time, I do 4 plies, and I'm gonna do it like this. One. Let's see if I can get it done. I think I can. 4 plies of the fabric, and this one I'm gonna turn it up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. But I'm gonna make sure that I glue all the 4 plies together. So I just glue them all together, and what that does, it makes a little thicker sole. See? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just use your scraps. Okay? Now what I usually do, I put them on both of them, let it dry, and then I cut it, but it doesn't matter, either way. Now I can put this over the shoe, and I know it's not in there yet, it's not dry, excuse me, it's not dry, but I just want to show you what it will do when you cut it. And you want to cut it even with the shoe. Don't cut the shoe, just the sole of the shoe, but not the shoe, okay? Let me see if this one will work better. Sometimes one will work better than the other one. Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna kind of open up a little bit the leg so that I can see what I'm doing. And you know, make it even with the shoe. You can stretch it a little bit so it will look nice. And I think it is. Let me put it on there and just place it in there, and voila, you got a sole for the shoe. Okay, so now you got your shoe and you got a little sole on it. And of course, see how cute that looks? Then you let it completely dry, and then you can paint it. Also, you can do a little trim around it if you want to. Anything like that is fine. You know, this is up to you. But this is how you make a shoe. If you don't want it this tall, make it lower. It's just up to you, you know, what you want to do with it. But I'm just giving you an idea that you don't need a pattern. You can make your own pattern as you go along. Okay? All right. So, I'm going to cut the pair of pins that I did. Put that over there. I don't need that now. Okay? All right. And what I do, I use paper towels. I'm going to fold it, and I'm going, okay, let's see how wide everything is, okay? Because I'm going to cut 2 legs, and I'm going to look at here to see if that's what I want for the, you know, the fullness of the leg at the bottom. And it looks like it's pretty good, okay? So I want to measure it. But whatever you do, make it easier on you, make it even number. Okay, now this one is supposed to be, it's 3 1/4. I'm gonna make it, yeah, I wanna make it 3 1/4. Because also I'm gonna fold it a little bit, okay? And you allow for the seam allowance. Okay, let's see. Well, it's close enough, okay? And so it's on fold. I want to make 2, or you can just make 1, it don't matter, whatever, however you want to. Now I'm going to get 1 and I'm going to fold it. Okay? Easy, easy, easy. So then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put it on him, the fold side, no, not the fold side, the edges side on the center of his body. You want to come out slightly higher than the jacket, but not too high, okay? And then you go, alrighty, I want it about right on top of the shoe. And for me, there's gonna be plenty even with the hem, okay? So for this one, like I said, they all be different lengths, so this is the way that I did it. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. Okay, so I know now that even when I put a hem, this is gonna be long enough for this one, okay? Now I'm gonna do the, the area between the legs to make the end seam for the pants. And I know where where the legs, the intersection of the legs. So I'm gonna put it in here. And maybe with a pen, maybe, I'm just going to more or less know that it's coming. This is where I have to go. So I'll come back here. And I'm gonna do a little pleat, so it's okay if it's a little bit wider. So I'll come here, okay, holding it. This is where the legs goes. And I'm gonna come back and do that's it. That easy, okay? Now I'm gonna try it on him. Sorry about that. Make sure that's gonna be okay. And it looks like it's gonna be more than enough. So I can, do this and it's gonna be okay. Plus I can do the seam on here. And once I do that, it's basically just fold it for the seam, glue it. Put it on hand like this. Go ahead and take it between the legs here. And just to glue it, don't worry where you're at, whatever's comfortable for you to glue him. So for me, it would be, I want the seam to go toward the back. So this side here will go in toward the front, and this one will go in toward the back. Okay? And once you do that, then you can turn it, of course, and make it go the direction that you need to. But I think it's easier. Once you have that done, then go ahead and glue it in here. And it has enough that you can always, also you can put a tiny little bit of a, if you want to, if it's too wide in here, put a little, dart or something, open dart. But this is it. And I think that's pretty easy. This is what it's all in there. I mean, practically. So now the top, the coat. Again, the other piece in here, I'm going to do the back first. It's easier to do the back, and from the back you can do the front. So, I'm gonna put it on the fold, right on it. Make sure that I have enough to come in on the shoulder when you place the folding fabric, okay? And I do. And then now in here in the front, because you can see it better, see here's the shoulder. So I'm gonna come and I can see what I'm doing, and I can see that this is gonna fit right under here like it should. I wish our body was like that. You just pick it up and do it. And then, let's see, I wanna leave it a little bit, from where it goes in. I'm gonna give it another 1/4 of an inch, give or take, and then I'll start from here all the way with a kind of a circle motion into the end of that fold. There it is. That's the back. Now the back opens, and you can make it as long or as short as you want to on the split. Okay? And on here you want a little bit of neck, not much, but you do want a little bit of neck. So when you place it on him, you know, you can put the shoulder where it should be. This is gonna be going this way, okay? And if it's too wide in here, well, don't worry. I'm just gonna come here and let's see. Come here a little bit and give it another little look. You know, it's not a big deal. And you have the back. And now this little baby fits just perfect. And when you do it, this will open up too. The little, you know, see? Now if this is too long, make it shorter, okay? And how you do that, come back then from this end up. And I'm gonna take about an inch, and I'm gonna go still circling it. There you go. I'm just showing this so you know. There you go, see? And when you open it up, you know, and everything is in there, it's gonna be fine, okay? And I also like to slightly, maybe 1/8 of an inch inseam around here, and maybe even this in here, and it will open up even more. Just very little, really. So if you use fabric, I would suggest to you to use this here, because the glue over the fabric, you know, after you cut it, and it'd be nice and stiff, but it'd be nice, you know, then you can put it on him. However you want to do it, that's up to you, okay? So here is the back. Now you're gonna go, well, what about the front? Yeah, what about the front, right? Well, hold on. I wanna see the length that I want on the jacket. It's gonna be about, probably about here, give or take, right? Is it enough? I'm gonna cut it now that I've done it, okay? Because I wanna do, out of this, you can make your other pattern, put it over another full piece of paper, and you would do the same. And then you come with this. But of course, it has 2 pieces. So what I do is, first of all, I will do this. And this is my pattern, but I want it wider in certain area for the lapel. Okay, I'm gonna put it on right in here, hold on. I'm gonna put it right there. Somewhere, because I need to give it a little bit of a, okay, here we go. Actually, I want to do it this way. I want to give it an angle, in other words. There we go. Now we got it, see? I put the edge in here, and that's gonna give me the lapel. So, then I cut the rest of it, okay? I come here a little bit because I want it for the neck, okay? The arms, and the waist. So now I have the piece that I want in this lapel that is going to go in here. And that's that. In the sleeves is pretty much the same way. Here I want to do a sleeve. Okay, let me do this one here. Okay, so I know that the sleeve has got to come a little over the shoulder, just a little bit, not much, because the coat, the rest of the coat is going to cover up the sleeves. So I come here and I go, okay, I need the length in here plus the little fold, and this is going to be my sleeve. I always remember that you have to fold, you know, in here. Then I fold it. Whoops. I'm gonna come here. Let's see, wait a minute. Which way I wanna do it? Okay, I'll just do it this way. Okay. I wanna come here. This is gonna be the top of the sleeve right here, right? So I want to see how much between here and down here, right under the arm, how long is that? And it's probably about an inch. Yeah, an inch. So, what did I do? Oh. Going cuckoo here. So about an inch down is when I come here, and about an inch, I start round this out. So I come here and I give it a little bit and curve, just a little bit. And then go around it. And that's the sleeve, that's it. So when I put it on him, and it has the hem, I know that this sleeve is gonna be a-okay. You wanna make sure also that it goes nicely around his body, because you're gonna, you're gonna go in, you have to allow for the little inseam too, right? But look at that. That is it, okay? So this is what the pattern is, how to make a pattern for what we're doing today. And it's super, super easy. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to, help you out any way I can. So let's get this one out of the way. Already done that. And so he's got his shoes. He's got his soles that I have not done anything with it yet. I'll probably repaint the shoes a little bit, very carefully, just the very front part of it. And this is what you need to do. Do it before you actually put it on the pants. And it's dry. That way you have no problem. But if you try to paint everything when it's together, then it's when you get into trouble. I know I have. And I like to paint. I try to be very careful, but it was a pain. So anyway, so this is how I put the little pair of pants, see? So now we're gonna put on the jackets. Now we're gonna put on the outfit on him. And the first thing is the sleeves. They already got glue. Sorry about that. It's probably some crazy thing. Let me turn that off. Just hold on just a second, please. I forgot to turn that off. And a friend was trying to get hold of me. She called me on my other phone. And so then I turned it back on and I forgot to turn it off. Now I go, okay. So this is what I did. I turned the, the hem down and glue it. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right here because, yeah. And just gonna glue it really good together, right there, okay. But yeah, glue it either with a glue gun, don't put too much glue on it, or with glue and overnight, okay? Until it gets dry, either way. And let's see this one. This one might have a little bit too. Because I want it nice and, And again, the coat, if you see anything that need to be repainted, do it before you actually put it on it. All right, we're gonna do the first arm, and see, it slits right on it. No problem. And it goes, I want to go ahead and fold it, to be sure that it's going. And you can move the arm, which is what I love about this. And then just put it on there very carefully. And I want to put first a little bit of the glue gun, but the rest of it I'm going to do it with this glue. Because I like how it does better. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, and it's in there. And also under the arm, of course. That's pretty good. And if you want to use glues, you can, okay? It's not that you don't have to. Whatever is best for you, you use. All right, now I'll do the other one. And it'll fit. I just kind of have to wiggle it a little bit. I think one little paw may have been a little bit more flatter than the other one. Put that up. Okay, now we got it. Okay, alrighty. Okie dokie. Let me put a little bit of this first, just because. And then I'll just finish it off with this. Oops. Make sure that the underarm seam is on the arm. Oh, man. I hope you try it out this because it's really a lot of fun. Like I said, you can dress them any way you want to, okay? This is how we dress mine, so I'm showing you how I did mine, okay? All right. Now he's got it in there. Now we're gonna do the back. The back first. And I don't put the seam together until I do it. I'm gonna do the left side first, or the right side first, okay? And I'm just going right under, right at the shoulder, and right under him until about, until a little bit down by the pins, okay? And I'm doing the back first because when I put, see how nice that's gonna fit in there? When I put the front, it go backwards, you know, and I think the seam will look better in there. But like I say, you do what you wanna do. And I'm gonna come right on the waist, a little bit over. Okay, and leave it there. Now on the back, I'll go ahead and put some of this to hold it nicely. And I'm gonna do the other side, which is this side. And this is gonna come right here and over that. Now you can do whatever you want to your bunny to the face, you know, because, you know, I don't know what you want, or I don't know what, you know, everybody has their own little ideas, so I'm not, that's for the main reason I'm not gonna, you know, do the face, but I'll tell you more or less what I did on mine, but that's about all. Okay, and okie dokie, now we're here. Now in the back, I'm gonna go ahead and, except for the very end, because I want it to be sure that it's going to hold down, okay? And the rest of it, it will hold down. I mean, it just, it takes a little longer. All right, see? Now this one don't have to be, it already, you know, took care of it, everything I needed to do, but if you want it to fold it a little bit, then you can. If it looks good, leave it alone. Okay. Now we're gonna go for the front. Now I already put the pocket, and the pocket came out darker, so I'll probably, you know, work on that or do something else, but that's okay. But just to show you, I think it's a good idea to put the little pocket there. And as you can tell, it's a little bit open. I just kind of squeeze it a little bit before I glue it. And you see why here in a minute. Anyway, this is gonna go like this, and now this is going from right, whoops, just barely over the, but you wanna make sure they're even, okay, in here, because it's important. So it looks like it's all one seam, you know. And there we go, okay. And now I'm gonna put it on here. And of course this too. That's the only problem with the batting. It, you know, you have to make sure that there we go, see, nicely. Right there, nice, just fit really nice, see? And then this here, whoops. And you can kind of bring it, I think I did mine, just a little bit out, you know, as you get this stuff on it, because that way it will look really cute, you know, to bring it out a little bit. All right, now let's do the other one. And this is the other one. And the other one, now this one here, I still want to bring it, see, it's already been taken care of the fold. This one here, I'm going to go in here first. And make sure that I come in right on the seam of the, you know, right at the edge of the other one. And I did, okay? And now we're gonna do this one here. Hold this back and bring this down. You got a nice little tailor outfit that he can wear for Easter. Look at that, okay? Now, there's his lapel, but I'm gonna bring this one, you know, because boys go that way. I'm gonna bring this one right here. Yeah. I should have done the other one first, but I wasn't thinking. I can't do it all. Okay, and of course, in here, and of course this in here. And like I said, you know, the lapel, you can just work it on it, kind of bring it out a little bit, you know, kind of give it a little tuck in there, and just play with it. And that's what it is for. We're allowed to play with it, right? Okay, there you go. Give or take, that's what you're gonna do, okay? You can make buttons out of beads. I did mine out of cotton, and then I'll show you here in a minute. So I got a little bit of cotton. This one's got 3. And I did put this with the glue gun because otherwise it was a lot of trouble. But no biggie. There we go. 1. And like I said, it's your bunny. You don't have to do it just like mine, okay? And you want to make sure that you don't need a lot of cotton, by the way. There we go. Okay, 2 and 3. Okay, and then you can paint them any color you want to, or it's just fine. On the back, and I don't, yes, I may have some, hold on. Now I'm gonna have to be careful with this because, when you handle it, it's gonna come off because everything is wet, but don't worry about that too much. There we go. Alrighty, I need 2 pieces for this. One of them is for the color, for the back color. Okay? The back color, so it all kind of comes together. And one of them is going to be going, let's see, one is going to go right here. Hold on. I have to cut the other side, I know I do, but that's okay. It's just a little strip. They're just going to do it and just place it down. And the other's going to come in and the same. And like I said, I'm going to have to cut a piece here. Okay, and just, very carefully just glue it in there. And the lapel can go right over the little, right here, the little corner there. And it makes it look like you have a nice little collar. And use anything you can to make it, do it. Oh, me. Okay. See, in the back, and then here, and then this one is going over it. Okay, can you see that? Because I had to glue a little bit better in here, okay? That's the only thing when you handle in this, just have to be careful with them. So this one is going over the little corner right there. Whoops. Anyway, I think you know what I'm talking about. And in the back, it has a little tab, okay? And I'm just going to, this has got to be, and I just made a little bit of a little tab with a little pointed, okay, on both sides. Okay, and I'm gonna put it on. I'm just gonna put it on with the glue gun, just as easy. Right there. Okay, and again, it's gonna have 2 tiny little buttons. One and two. I hope you got everything that you need in here for this tutorial. Please let me know if you like this kind of tutorial. Excuse me, let me drink some water because I start getting a tickle in my throat and I start coughing. If this is satisfactory for you guys, because this way I think by bringing them all together at one time, okay, excuse me, you're still gonna see them instead of, you don't have to wait. But I thought that would be a good solution for me right now, since I still cannot, know how to edit. But let me show you mine. And he has a little carrot on his little pocket, see? And that's just made with some cotton thread, and I left the fuzzies on the top. By the time you paint them, and they're dry, you can just kind of, that's what you do with the cotton. And as you can tell, it's just, see, no biggie. And it's probably all together, maybe, I think the carrot itself is about 3/4 of an inch, I think, long. And of course, I made in the bow. And the bow is really easy. Let's see, where's it? Okay. The bow is just a, a long strip, and I turn it. You can, depending on your bunny, the size you're gonna do. And then I squish it in here at the center. And let me just get a piece in here to put it on. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to start in the back. And come in and squeeze it. Come in on the front, turn it around, and go again to the back. Whoopsie, come on. All right, and once it's ready, open the little bow a little bit. I think it looks better when it's a little open, and just put it on there. I'm sorry the bow is a little crooked, but that's okay. You get the idea, right? And I just used eyeshadows and colors like that. I didn't paint it. I painted the bunny, the ears, and the little hands here with white. And the rest of it is, you know, I had this thing in here, and I thought, well, I'll just use it, see what I can come up with. And that's all I did. I just, I got a brush on the lips. I didn't want it pink, so I made a little mauve. And then I just kind of play with it, really. But when you put on the varnish over it, it just made it look this color for some reason. And it looks good, you know, it looks nice. The eyes, I did it with the back of a brush. Just put it on there. And it was, I believe it's, what is the name of that blue? It was the award blue. And then I went back with a smaller one. I put a little black in there. And then I went another one with a smaller one. I put the white. But I wasn't satisfied with the eyes because they were too dark. So then I went back to the same color that I used, which is called Pool, I think. Pool Blue. Yeah, Pool Blue. And that is from Apple Barrel. And I got that at, where did I got it? Oh, Walmart. This one here, I didn't realize it was a shiny paint, and it's from Folk Art. Yeah, Folk Art. So I didn't have to really do anything to it. It was already shiny. But the rest of it, I did put some varnish on it. And see, you got the little tab for the 2 buttons in the back. So I think really, you know, and he's as cute as anything. I like this much better, the way the suit, because I need to glue it good and take the time on it, but I like it better how it went. So much easier, and I didn't have to paint it. I just, like I said, I painted a, you know, piece of what I thought I may need for the jacket, and then another piece what I may need for the pants, a little extra or whatever, and that was it. And I painted both sides, and I gave them 2 good coats. Let it dry and then do it one again. Also, or for instance, go on the one side with this, on both sides, then paint it. It helps spread that paint better. And it also makes it a little crispier, but also it really helps it paint better. And then do another coat just with the paint by itself. But that's all I done, and you know, that's it. So I hope you enjoy this you know, this video, because to me it was a godsend when I thought about doing this. Mainly because, like I said, I can do a full tutorial this way without having you to wait a week or whatever. I had the time to do the other one. That way I don't have to worry about it. I know it's done. So try it out. I think he turns out really, really cute. And a little carrot, I think, is a little extra touch. And it doesn't have a lot of color, and I like it that way. So until next time, stay well and stay crafty. And God bless you. And let me know how you like this video. Thank you.